constantly, she's like, oh, I love this show. And I'm like, oh, I kind of don't want to watch this show. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I guess we can watch. I'm like, it's cool. It's cool. You don't have to say sorry. She's like, I know, I'm sorry. I'm like, oh my God, you're adorable, but stop it. It's like, it's a weird, like, double-sided blade right there. It's like, I think it's adorable, but it annoys me at the same time. It's hard to explain. So if you are one of those people who say sorry all the time, do not worry. That doesn't bother me. I just think it's really cute. So, now you know. Okay, so let's continue, shall we? I mean... Ha ha ha! Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up against it. I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and then hold my book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Oh, shoulders touching. Oh! Oh! This is the most action that most guys can get in high school. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead of using my right hand to hold the book open... Ah! I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn pages. Here. Ooh! Oh! Yay! We're so close now! Yuri takes her left hand, holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. Ah! I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the pages, Yuri slides it under my thumb after all. So after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we huddle even closer together than before. Oh, yeah! We're getting closer. Closer. Like that Neo song. Turn the lights off in this place. You know what I'm talking about. Closer. It's actually kind of distracting me. Because she's so pretty. Look at her purple hair. She's beautiful. Ah. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face. And she's in the corner of my vision. To be totally honest, if this was me in the situation, it would be incredibly awkward, man. Like, I'll read the signs that a woman is giving me that she's into me, but I'm so socially awkward that I'm like, I don't know what to do. It's what it's like. That's legit what it's like. But I can't help it. It's just how it is. Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry. Oh, I just broke my own rule. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glanced over at Yuri's face. Once again, our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. She's smiling at me. She's smiling at me. She likes me. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Well, I don't know if she's calling me dumb, but she's really sweet, and I can't tell. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue our reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own violation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to the side where she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be silly, the thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she's also second guesses a lot of things, and that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of remnants of someone of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Benches, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait! I didn't mean that in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Oh, Monica, you cock-blocked me. I was about to tell her that I like her. Why? Ugh. I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on the top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer if I only read with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read it with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish up the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright! I stand up. I make a mental note of where we left off in the book, and then I slip it back into my bag. Poem time! Alright. We're gonna let Miss Yuri read the poem first, because I want her in my life. She's super sweet. She makes me happy. Yuri! Let's see what you've written for today. Oh? Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Benches. How did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving you more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer her patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying that you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe that. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share your poem with... Do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Oh, that's so nice! Okay, her handwriting's a little bit better this time, so we might actually be able to read it. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as I can't, dude, that handwriting's, I can't read cursive! Unwanderingly human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, and my subconscious, well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The exciting beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, outrage. Dude, this is very difficult to read. Instruments the face and reflects that much means the light off of my cutting knife. I was the very same light that giffens the eyes of raccoon friend. I slice the bread and fresh and soft the raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto a really satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken the following to me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rusk of blood, classic paling conditioning. I slice the bread and feeding myself again. Dude, that cursive is so hard to read. I was a little bit more daring with this one than yesterday's. I could see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine that's what the poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express my vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it as face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think that's something that the different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way that it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things that I'm usually forced to keeping myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why don't you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Benches? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best thing we can do to respect each other in our own individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I had learned to embrace my own weirdness, I probably would hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad you're a good listener. I'm the best! Alright, let's see, I think we'll do... Let's just go in the same order we went last time. I'll do Natsuki next. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. Well, thanks. But I can really say it is any better either. Phew. Huh? Phew what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling that you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Aha! Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this is the kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might have the same kind of wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone, Fluffy, spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around dead weight. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she probably wouldn't have just flown away and letting go of a balloon. You could say that we take care of each other, and each other is our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Her poem is entitled, Amy Likes Spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wiggling, hairy ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Tiny! Hello! How are you? How's it going? Good to see you. Welcome to my first playthrough of Doki Literature Club. I'm playing a PC game on stream for the first time. Can you believe it? Sure, it's a visual novel, but it's great. I've been having a lot of fun. How are you? Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound. Do you know any spoilers for this? I don't. I have completely steered away from like videos, reviews, anything about this game. All I know is that at the beginning of the game it said this game is not for people who are disturbed by like graphic imagery. And I'm assuming what they mean by that is because it's a dating sim, you're probably going to see like boobs or something like that. So I'm just like, alright. I've played games with boobs in them before, so there's no biggie. So far, it's just been like a typical like high school dating sim. And I like it so far. It's pretty cool. There will probably be boobaroos, so I apologize ahead of time. But, you know, we'll see. It gets pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting so far. Right now, I'm leaning towards Yuri. But it seems like the game wants me to go with Sayori. But I'm leaning towards Yuri because I like her purple hair. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me and took me into the nurse. I tried to not let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. Oh god, I didn't mean to burp. So unprofessional. She likes spiders and they're probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She always talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she likes other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm going to tell everyone. What kind of poem is that? Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think it was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with simpler analogies. And it helps people realize just how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree, that subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course! It's about everyone who thinks That doesn't matter! It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easily to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Amy likes spiders. I don't even know who Amy is, but apparently she likes spiders. I don't know. Sometimes you're afraid if people find out. They make fun of you, or at least they think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone? What makes them and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people should make each other feel that people shouldn't make other people feel insecure about things. Really? Oh. I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some kind of weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try to be more... I try not to be so mean to her. She feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. Is that what I do best, after all? I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Alright. So next we will do Sayori, because we will always do Monica last, because Monica, I don't know how I feel about her yet. Oh! I like this one, Benches. It has some nice feeling in it. Ah, I'm glad. Still, though, your tone makes it sound like you liked yesterday's poem better. I guess you caught me. Sometimes you know me a little too well for my own good. Well, don't just try to be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, then I'd rather just hear it. No! I still like this one, I promise. You know I wouldn't lie to you, Benches. Never, ever. Yeah, I guess so. What made yesterday's poem so great compared to this one, then? Well, I'm not really good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. It makes me feel that everything... It makes me feel things. Then it must just be a good poem. I'm not sure that that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? You want me to write something? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt by some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyways, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems, too. Sometimes I like a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud on your head, and a sad poem can give you the help of the rain cloud a little hug. And that makes a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Yeah, it is. Maybe I'm getting better at this expressing my feeling thing after all. Thanks, Benches. I should write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Okay. Let's see what Sayori's is called. Is that bottles or battles? Anyway, I pop off my scowl like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and peek out in the warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in the bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle's a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams, friends after friends, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark care, discovering secrets, hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off the bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. Myself could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and all my friends come in and they come such a hurry. Do they even want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from off my shelf one after another, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle, but every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be my friends. My friends aren't smiling. They all shouted, pleading something, but all I hear is echo, echo, echo inside my head. That's not a happy poem at all. That's actually kind of depressing. Holy crap. Exactly. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but... I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe it's because I'm so used to being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. At this point, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even feels me understanding my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You even got a pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah! Writing is the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. Seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Alrighty, now we got Monica. Let's see what she's got to say. Hi again, Benches. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going to be bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Aha! I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. Great job, Benches. I was going into O in my head while I was reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's the easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations real low. That way, it always counts when I put some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes that kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left over to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel or letting them deeply analyze the other nuances. It can clearly take years of patience, which I'm assuming that Yuri has a point. I never really asked them. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, her poem is entitled Save Me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. I want to say that says symphony, but I can't tell. An endless symphony of meaningless noise. The noise it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine tangent, like playing a chalkboard or a turntable. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a violin on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. An endless poem of meaningless.